Hey guys, well, as you can see, I'm at my grandparents' house, and they just went back to their farm this morning, so they're not here. And so I thought I'd do a little video on that thing right back there. That's my grandfather's old gas-powered Edger with an old Briggs & Stratton engine. So let me go and pull it out. Alright, so got it out now. That way y'all can get a much better look at it. Yep. And so the brand of this Edger, see here, it's a Tremall. Oh, cool. Made in Fort Worth, Texas. Cool. And that's the model number. And it's a 2 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine. Easy spin starting, it says right there. It's hard to see right there. It says Briggs & Stratton, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Gasoline engine made in USA. And let's look at this. It is hard to see right here. You can't really see the model number and then the type number and the code. They're actually upside down, just looking at it from here. But actually, according to the code number, the first 2 digits of the code number say 71. So that means that this machine is a 1971 model. And so that means this Edger is 43 years old. And this machine does have a points condenser ignition on it. There's your gas tank, then right there the carburetor. So my grandfather has not used it in about, I can't remember. I would say at least maybe 8 years or something like that. I mean, it's lasted my grandfather for a very long time, because he bought it just when my grandparents had moved into this house, and that was back when my mother was a kid back then. And so yeah. So my grandfather had used it throughout all the years, just until whenever the last time he tried to use it, he just couldn't get it to start anymore. And so all it has been doing is just been sitting here. So I thought I'd just show y'all on some of the stuff on the Edger. This lever right here is your depth lever on how low you put the blade down. This adjuster is actually to position the angle. You can have it however you want it. Right now it's set at 90 degrees. This belt, I don't know if this belt is even original or not, but as you can see, the belt is in pretty good shape. I don't see no cracks in it whatsoever. And still has its original spark plug, which I think that could be the reason on why it actually quit running. I would have thought for sure maybe if the points were actually dirty, meaning no spark, which means you would have to take the shroud off and then take the flywheel off in order to try to get to the points and clean them. Well, the last time I was over here, I did a test for spark, and this machine still does have spark. I think what the actual problem was the spark plug. I'll just pull the spark plug and let y'all just take a look at it. It's only on there hand tight. So let me put the camera in macro. So this is an old Autolite spark plug. Yeah. And this is the number of it. A7NX. Now I'll show you what could... I don't know how well y'all can really see that, but there is so much carbon on this plug. Just look at that. It's just all carboned up. That's probably the reason on why this thing won't run no more. And just like I had said, I would assume that this spark plug is original to this Edger. That's a pretty small spark plug though, but then again, this is a 2 horsepower engine, so it does still have spark. So it could have potentials of possibly getting this Edger running again. And surprisingly, there's actually still gas in this thing. Well, stale gas, that is. Ugh, it smells bad too. Yep. So that gas tank would probably need to be cleaned out really well. There's a lot of dirt particles inside that gas tank. I would assume that carburetor probably needs to be all cleaned out too. And right here is your choke, which it still works. It ain't stuck. And there's your throttle. Right there, that's idle, and then that's full throttle. It still works. It's not stuck whatsoever. And let me pull this air cleaner off so y'all can get a good look at that carburetor. Okay. Now y'all got a better look at the carburetor. Which inside there looks all clean. The air filter, of course, it's all rotted out as usual, just like on these foam filters when they get really old. Yeah, it's just all rotted out. It just would disintegrate once you just touch it. It's almost like dirt. But at least none of them foam deposits fell into the carburetor, which that's a good thing. Or then again, maybe some of it could have and fell into the gas tank. So, yeah. It's a pretty small carburetor. So just to at least prove to y'all that this thing does have spark, I'll do a test on it for spark, and I'll show y'all that it does have spark. Alright, so I got the plug connected and got it grounded to the engine, and of course this make sure you have the switch turned on. Then I'm going to just pull her over. I can try to get my camera positioned so maybe if y'all can actually see. Okay, I'll just try that. Okay. I don't know if y'all did see that. Yep, I think y'all saw that. Yep, she still does have spark. So that's actually good. So the points are still clean. I think it's because that throughout all of these years that my grandfather's had this edger, he's always kept it stored at that spot over there, here in the garage. So that's a good thing. You always should do that rather than just leave these things outside, and that's what will usually happen. The points will get all dirty and corroded and your machine would not have spark. So maybe just put a new plug on it, clean out that carburetor, flush out the gas tank, and maybe hopefully this thing will run again. My grandfather has been wanting to get this thing running again since last summer. I fixed his McCulloch Eager Beaver chainsaw. So he was mentioning about this to me a few months back. And so yeah. So that's what I'll probably see what I can do and get this thing going again this spring. So cool. Alright, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. So thanks for watching.